Hello, so we're going to look at graphing a more complex tangent now and putting everything together. So I'm going to look at y equals 3 tangent of quantity 2x minus pi, quantity plus 4. All right. So again, I just want to make sure you really know we're starting always from the basic shape. We're trying not to plot a lot of points and still get an accurate view of what this would look like. So again, this is what we have to have in mind, this basic shape with this information, right? So you can come up with the, you know, your asymptotes are negative pi over 2 and pi over 2, and then you know these anchor values, right? So that's an anchor value, then negative pi over 4, because the tangent of negative pi over 4 is negative 1, and then 0, tangent of 0 is 0. I guess I could put that in there. And then tangent of pi over 4 is 1, and then of course an asymptote at pi over 2. Now, so, and that's how I got those values, just to remind you if you need it. So what I want to do then is go ahead and solve for this input and see what x values will make it so that I'm taking the tangent of these values, all right? So I went ahead and showed you that and said, okay, look, take everything that's in the input, 2x minus pi, and set it equal to negative pi over 2, negative pi over 4, 0, pi over 4, and pi over 2. And so these are the values I get, which means that when I put in pi over 4 in here, I'm going to end up taking the tangent of negative pi over 2. So I'll have my asymptotes at pi over 4 and 3 pi over 4. And then, just so you can really see this, what, for example, happens right here at 3 pi over 8? What am I saying when I say I'm going to end up taking the tangent of negative pi over 4? So let's take a look. If I go ahead and put 3 pi over 8 in for x, and then start simplifying, you'll see I have 6 pi over 8 minus 8 pi over 8, right, which is negative 2 pi over 8, which is really the negative pi over 4. That's what I was looking for. So then, therefore, I'm taking the tangent of negative pi over 4, which I know is negative 1, because it is one of these values that I memorized. The tangent of negative pi over 4 is negative 1. And so then what I have is all of this is negative 1, so I have 3 times negative 1 plus 4 to get a y value of 1. So the point that I would plot is 3 pi over 8 and 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me make over here something like that. So 3 pi over 8 and then 1 right there. So if we keep going and we say, all right, let's get the rest of these, we know that at pi over 4 we have an asymptote, right? And so then at 3 pi over 8 we figured out that that ended up being 1. At pi over 2, right, we're going to end up taking the tangent of 0, which is 0. So then I have, when I plug it into here, 3 times tangent, I end up having this be 0, so 3 times 0 plus 4. And then over here, when I put in 5 pi over 8, I'll be taking the tangent of pi over 4, which I know is 1, so I'll have, in my equation, right, 3 times 1 plus 4 is 7, right? So that means that basically here at pi over 2, I'm going to go up 4. So I'm going to go pi over 2 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like about here. And this one was 3 pi over 8 and 1. And then when I put in 5 pi over 8, right, I'm going to end up taking the tangent of pi over 4, which is 1. So I'll have, in my equation, I'll have 3 times 1 plus 4, I'll have 7. So I'm going to go I'm going to go over 5 pi over 8 and up 7. I'm going to go over 5 pi over 8 and up 7. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should be about here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So this is 5 pi over 8 and 7. Right? And so then I'm kind of doing that familiar shape. All right. So that's how you can graph a more complicated one. And then I just wanted to kind of mention what happens, you know, like, how can I find the axes? It's when you factor out this coefficient in front of the x, you'll end up getting that here, that pi over 2 and then 4, right? So pi over 2 and 4, which you could see here in my graph. Pi over 2 and then 4, right? All right, so thank you so much for listening.